Welcome, I'm Tony Restrepo. Stress takes a toll on our well-being, but it also takes a toll on our relationships. In this Holy Nation episode, our relationship expert, Christy Little-Jones, is going to share how to overcome stress in your relationship.
Hello, Holy Nation. I'm so excited that you are here. Today is going to be exciting because I'm talking about overcoming stress in your relationship. Well, let me just first tell you that you probably can't overcome all of it, but I'm going to help you today to understand a couple of things about stress that we all deal with that can really affect your relationship, and ways or really just strategies and some techniques to help ease the level of stress in your relationship. So first, let me just tell you what a stressor is. So stressors are demands made by the physical, social, and psychological environment that upset balance and cause our bodies to react or respond. So let's talk a little bit about stress in general. Now, we know that stressors in life are traffic, right? Traffic is a stressor. Losing your job and needing to pay your bills is a stressor. There are different things that we know just innately are stressors in life. Then dealing with a boss that is either a micromanager, or you don't get along with your boss, or a lot of friction in your family, right? So these are all stressors that can really cause you to really make an effect or have an effect on your overall health, wellness, and well-being. Stress, they say that high blood pressure is a silent killer. Well, stress, let me tell you, is a silent killer. If you do not get a hold or a handle on the triggers and the stressors in your life and really have strategies for really dealing with them, you are going to find that your health is going to be affected, your quality of life is going to be affected, and your relationships are going to be affected. So let's just talk a little bit about coping with the different stressors. Let's talk about stressors in relationship. So we have stressors in relationships are things like financial stress, right? If you are robbing Peter to pay Paul, so to speak, you're living check to check, you don't have enough money, you don't just have enough income to make ends meet. It does not matter if you've been married for 1 day or 20 years. That is a major stressor. And because of the design of marriage where, you have the head of the household, the husband, and then there's an innate commitment or desire to want to provide for your family. And if you're not able to provide for your family, that is a major stressor that you're dealing with just off the bat. So financial stress is one of the biggest stressors that we deal with in society and in relationships. Whether it's a job loss, whether you are working 2 or 3 jobs to try to make ends meet, all of this is a major stressor. The other thing is what happens if you, kids is another stressor for many people, because one of the things that is, we live in a society where childcare can be very expensive. Very, very. And if you have multiple children and you are trying to work to bring in the income, but then you have to pay for childcare, that is a stressor. And work-life balance, it can be a stressor in your relationships. If you are, I think about single parents all the time and the magnitude of things that they need to take care of and handle on their own. It's amazing. I applaud single parents and single women trying to do it all, because it's really God's grace that really allows you to do that. So kids can be a stressor. Caregiving can be a stressor. If you have elderly parents, or you're taking care of a child with special needs, or something that you're having to care for someone else who may not be able to care for themselves, that can be a stressor. Poor communication in relationship is always a stressor because it causes frustration. If you are in a relationship or you're in a marriage and you're desiring your spouse to communicate and they're not communicating, it's a source of frustration and stress because you're trying to figure out, well, what's wrong? What's wrong? Talk to me. And you feel like you're pulling teeth. So it can cause a level of stress in your relationship. No intimacy. Let's call it what it is, right? In marriage, God has designed marriage, intimacy to be an important part of marriage. If you're not having intimacy, it can be a source of stress in your relationship. Technology. Listen. Let's talk about this. So technology, you see people walking down the streets and they're on their phone constantly. They're walking down the street, they're crossing the street on their phone. You see, men and women, just even friends at a table and everybody's on their phones. Everyone is on social media. And we're really getting to a place where people aren't really learning or knowing how to effectively develop and cultivate relationships because they have this technology aspect that really is distracting in really getting into deep relationships. So technology can be a stressor, as well as poor health. Poor health is a stressor. Not only is there sometimes fear attached to it, where you don't know what's going to happen if you're not taking care of yourselves. And through Holy TV and Holy Health and Fitness, the goal is to really help you to live whole, spirit, soul, and body, so you know how to effectively live in your body, in your relationships, in a way that God designed. And so it's important for you to learn, and not only just listen, but to learn and to apply these practical techniques that we're offering you so that you can be well. So these are considered stressors. Now, it's important to recognize what your personal stressors are. What are the triggers that cause stress in your relationship? What is it that you're dealing with on a daily basis? What is it that you're thinking about on a regular basis that is causing stress? Now, one of the things that when you wake up in the morning, is the first thing that you're looking at is your bank account? Finances is probably a stress, right? It's probably a stressor. Are you trying to manage overdraft fees and bank drafts? And that is a stressor. And so what can we do to help overcome stress or manage stress a little bit better? So one of the things that I want to talk about is just the stress response. What happens in your body when there's stress? So I want you to think about you driving on the highway. You're driving in your lane, minding your business, listening to amazing worship, right? And then somebody comes and cuts you off, runs into your lane. You swerve to avoid an accident. What happens to your body? The stress response is, right? Immediately, your heart starts beating fast. You may even be shaking. You may be really angry or mad, right? Because this person now has literally swerved into your lane and could have potentially caused an accident. But you didn't. It didn't happen, right? You were aware enough, you were able to get out of their way, prevent an accident, and now you're still on your way, but it takes a little time now. Your body's been stimulated, stress response has taken place, it's gone really high, and now, it comes down, right? So 5 minutes later, heart rate normalizes, stress is gone, because that is the immediate stress because of that trigger or that stress. Now, I want you to think about a scenario where you are now financially struggling for 6 months, turns into a year, turns into 2 years, you've lost your job, you are, doing odd in kind of jobs to try to make things ends meet, to try to be able to eat, right? And it goes for years. Now we're talking about chronic stress. Chronic stress is very, very dangerous. It's not the immediate stress that is, something happened, something triggered, you avoided an accident, it's gotten really high and then it's gone down. It is a chronic stress where now your body it's taking a toll on your body. This chronic level of stress has taken place. The same thing happens in relationships. So there might be an incident where I got a call one day that my son dislocated his knee, right? Initial response was big and high, went to the hospital, everything fine. Okay, it normalized. But there are situations where in marriage where, it's been stress for a long period of time. This is what I want you to focus on. This is what I want you to think about. What are those stressors in your marriage, in your relationship that have happened for over a long period of time? What are the effects that it's had on you? Are you not able to sleep? Are you not able to eat? Are you not eating healthfully? Are you not eating 3-6 times a day? What kind of toll has it taken on you? And it may even be internalized where it's high blood pressure or even worse, like ulcers and diabetes and cholesterol. Like all of these things are affected by the level of stress in your life. So stress is so important to get a handle on and to really learn techniques and strategies that will help you to normalize the stress in your life. You cannot continue to allow chronic stress or high levels of stress to be prolonged over a long period of time, because one of the things that you can't get back is your health. If your health is gone, if your health is done, it's something that is so precious right now that we have to take care of right now. So it's important that you make an effort in building coping strategies for which are ways to deal with certain types of stress in your relationship.
Welcome to Holy Health and Fitness, where we help you to live whole, spirit, soul, and body.
We are the leading online health, fitness, and faith community that provides three-dimensional spirit, soul, and body information, support, and accountability.
Here you will have full access to daily meditations, transformational messages, mind-renewing tools and exercises, meal and workout plans, community encouragement and support, and a whole lot more.
Unlike other faith or fitness communities, we focus on the well-being of the whole person.
Our goal is to live whole
and to help you live whole.